How many languages do you speak? 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 How many languages do you speak?
I speak 5 languages.
Oh wow, like what are they?
I'm Cambodian, so I speak Khmer, which is the Cambodian language. I also speak Mandarin. I speak English, French, and I speak Lao. But like only the words, you know, like at home, nothing too fancy, nothing. So I speak basic Lao. That's it.
Can I ask you like questions in English and can you respond in Cambodian?
Oh sure.
What is interesting about you in Cambodian?
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះ Lilan ខ្ញុំកើតនៅស្រុកខ្មែរហើយខ្ញុំមកកាណាដា2017ខ្ញុំរៀននៅ McGill នៅ psychology.
That's awesome. Can you translate that in English?
Yeah, I was saying how my name is Leland and I was born and raised in Cambodia and I moved to Canada in 2017 and I'm a McGill student in psychology.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak Arabic, English, a bit of Spanish, and a bit of French.
Can I ask you a question in English and you respond in Arabic? That's okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? What are the things you like about living in Montreal?
In Arabic?
In Arabic, yeah.
Okay. يلي بحبه in Montreal إنه كتير مختلفة عن وين كنت بعيش من قبل. كتير في cultures، كتير في عادات وتقاليد غير. بحتك مع عالم كتير من غير بلدان وهيدا الشيء كتير حلو هون.
Can you translate all of that in English?
Yeah, I said that. Here, I'm getting to know many people from many different countries and many cultures, which we don't have there. It's only like Arabs mostly. So yeah.
Yes, French and Spanish.
Can you say in Spanish, invite people to come to Montreal, like the reasons why people should come and visit?
Bueno, vengan a Montreal porque es una ciudad muy multicultural con muchas cosas para hacer para los jóvenes, para los viejos y actividades que son muy divertidas y la gente son muy buena gente acá, así que vengan y disfruten.
In English, that translates to
Pretty much why you should come to Montreal because it's a very multicultural city that has a lot of activities for both young and older people, and like the people here are very nice, so they have a good attitude with people, so you should enjoy your time and come here.
Oh, I speak English and French because of being in Montreal. Because I'm Swiss, I also speak German and Swiss German. I speak Spanish because my fiance, and I'm learning Italian. I can read a little bit Korean, but not enough to speak it. So.
Can you say something in Swiss German? Because that was the first time I heard about
okay.
it. Yeah.
So Swiss German is funny because it's like German except not standardized. So my favorite example would be the word for kitchen cabinet. Because in German it's Küchenkasten, but in Swiss German it's Küchenkästchen.
Oh.
So it's quite different, but that's an extreme example. The rest isn't that different. But.
Can I ask you a different question?
Sure.
And you respond in Mandarin?
Oh my gosh, sure.
How do you see yourself in 10 years in Mandarin?
In Mandarin,
Yeah.
10 years 我想去柬埔寨里我想做工在柬埔寨 Yeah, I was saying how like in 10 years I want to go back to Cambodia and I want to work there.
I speak Arabic, French, English, and a little bit of Spanish.
Can you say something in Arabic?
السلام عليكم رجال يا اخوان اللي مغاربه واللي جاي من الجنوب تاع افريقيا مشرفين ان شاء الله تجيو حتى انتم لكندا وتكتشفوا البلاد هنا. That was
What does it mean in English?
I was just doing a shout out to all people who come from North Africa. I hope for them to come back here to Montreal and visit the city and enjoy it right here.
So how many languages do you speak?
3 languages.
What are they?
English, French, and Spanish.
Can I ask you a question in English and can you respond in Spanish?
Yeah, for sure.
Where are you from again?
Mexico.
Mexico. Were you born here?
No.
So you were born in Mexico?
Sí.
Can you tell me like a story about like anything that happened to you in Mexico that you don't forget?
I don't forget.
And can you say that in Spanish?
Yeah. Creo que lo único que no, de lo que no me olvido fue un viaje que tuve con mis amigos. Fuimos a la playa y era el atardecer y estábamos escuchando música y creo que fue como el momento más lindo de mi vida, ¿no? O sea, son como esos momentos que te hacen recordar que pues al final de cuentas todo va a estar bien.
Can you say that in English?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I said that I went on a trip with my friends to the beach and we were just laying there and it was the sunset and we were just having some drinks and talking and it was just like so beautiful. I was surrounded by amazing people and it made me remember that no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay at the end.
So how many languages do you speak?
Like 3, but the third one not too well.
What are they?
French, English, and Spanish.
If I ask you a question in English, would you be able to respond in
Yeah,
Spanish?
of course. In Spanish, maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
not.
see.
Okay. Maybe in French.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself in 10 years in French?
Je me verrais avec une famille, avec mon emploi genre de rêve, on peut dire. En pleine party avec des amis et tout.
Wow. Can you say that in English?
That in 10 years, I'm gonna have my dream job with a family, still partying out with my friends, and yeah.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak 3 languages. I speak French, English, and Portuguese.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question in English and you respond in Portuguese. If that's okay. What does it mean to be a Canadian?
Eu acho que a definição de ser um canadense é o poder de viver, né? Porque é muito diferente desse do Brasil. No Brasil não o país é muito bonito, mas aqui tem muito mais a oportunidade, sabe? E é isso mesmo.
Can you translate all of that in English?
I was saying that in Canada, what makes us Canadians is basically the freedom. We have a lot of freedom, a lot more opportunities, and I was comparing it to Brazil, where Brazil's a beautiful country, don't get me wrong, right? But obviously it's not as equal, and we don't have as much rights or, you know, as much opportunities as here. You know, I could go up to the corner of this street, get a job, but in Brazil it would be a lot more difficult. Makes sense?
Are you from Brazil? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. How many languages do you speak?
I speak 2 languages, but I can understand a little bit Arabic.
Okay, can you say anything in Arabic? Like introduce yourself, something.
I just understand. I can't really speak
Oh, you
it.
can
I'm
really speak
sorry.
it? Can you say in French what made you decide to study nursing?
J'ai décidé d'étudier les soins d'infirmiers parce que j'aime vraiment aider les gens et surtout j'aime vraiment être avec les enfants, donc j'aimerais être dans un hôpital pour enfants quand je vais travailler en soins d'infirmiers.
Can you say that in English?
I will, wait. I like working with kids and I would like to work at the children's hospital when I will be a nurse, like a nurse, not just a student, but like a real nurse.
Perfect, thank you so much.
I speak English and Spanish really well, but French, I'm just starting out.
Okay. Can I ask you a question in English and can you respond in Spanish?
Yeah, sure.
What is your own definition of happiness in Spanish?
Okay, pues mi definición de felicidad es encontrar lo que te gusta, encontrar tu pasión y explotarlo. Poder llenarte el vacío que todos tenemos con eso que te encanta y sí, básicamente es eso.
Can you translate that in English for me?
Okay, the translation would be like to find what you love doing, your passion, and to exploit it in order to feel the emptiness that, you know, the emptiness that everyone has.
How many languages do you speak?
Now I speak English, French, because I was graduated from French high school.
Okay, nice.
And also Mandarin, like my mother tongue.
Oh, you must. Can I ask you a question in English and you respond in Mandarin, if that's okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
How do you define happiness in Mandarin?
快乐对我来讲，更多的是一种体验，不一定真正是此刻的心情，但是是在回忆过程中，在最后你能够感觉到你这一段经历或者这段时间的感触是精彩的，是值得回忆的。我认为就是具有快乐意义的。
Can you translate that in French?
In French?
Yes.
Ok, en fait, ce que j'ai dit, c'est plus comme je ne pense pas que l'émotion de joyeuse, c'est vraiment une émotion pour l'instant. Je pense que si on le conservait dans mémoire au futur, quand on le mémorisait, ce moment, on pense que c'est précieux et ça vaut de, comment dirais-je, ça vaut de réfléchir, ça vaut de partager aux autres. En tout cas, c'est une mémoire précieuse. Je le considère comme joyeuse.
And then can you translate that in English?
Huh?
Can you translate that in English?
What is that?
Because it's about language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I said is more about happiness for me. It's not like emotion I'm feeling right now or in a specific moment. It's about probably in the future, in my memory, when I think about it or reflect about it, I have some I consider it as very precious and I feel it's an interesting experience or whatever, but I feel I want to note it down or talk with the others, so I consider it as happiness.
Oh, impressive. You went from Mandarin, French, in English.
I speak 3 languages. I'm supposed to speak 4. The first 2 that I'm fluent, as you can hear, I'm fluent in English and I'm fluent in French, and then I'm learning a little bit of Japanese as well.
Okay, and are you able to speak in Japanese?
ちょっとですけど、まだ練習しませんでした。だけど、自己紹介しましょうか。俺の名前はナジム。大学生です。20歳です。よろしくお願いします。
Can you translate that in English?
Basically said, haven't practiced a lot, but my name is Nazim. I'm 20 years old and I'm a university student.
And then you said you can speak Laotian, right?
Lao?
Lao, yeah.
You could ask me a basic question like, I don't know, like
say anything.
Okay,
Lao.
สบายดีชื่อคอยเมนลีแลนด์คอยบอกลาวได้น้อยนึง So I was saying hello, my name is Leland and I speak a little bit of Lao.
Perfect. And lastly, in French.
More French?
In French, I'm gonna ask you a different question.
Sure.
How do you go through sadness in French?
Mon Dieu, quand je suis triste, j'écoute la musique, je vais aussi au gym, maintenant je suis en train d'aller au gym et j'aime beaucoup manger au restaurant avec mes amis.
And
so
English?
I was saying, when I'm sad, I like to listen to music. I also like to go to the gym, which is what I'm doing right now actually. Not because I'm sad, just because I like to go to the gym and I like eating out with my friends.
How many languages do you speak?
2.
So, we want to start with you. So, what are those languages?
Chinese, English, French.
Chinese and English.
Can I ask a question and you respond in Chinese, if that's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
What makes us humans?
追求生命的意义。他好像问的就是什么，就是什么弄成了人类。
我觉得是纯化学反应。
So can you repeat the question just to make sure?
What makes us humans? Characteristics of
我更倾向于是有神，就是还是我觉得人类有点太精妙了，这样想。
Okay. Can you translate that in English?
I think human is creative by God because it's so 精妙。
It's so complex and it's not very the product that natural can naturally produce.
I speak 2, unfortunately. I wish I spoke more, but only 2.
How come?
I mean, I'm not very cold. Well, I don't need to speak many languages. I have a job which I speak with clients, and I just need to speak good English and French. Yes.
If there's another language that you wanted to learn, what would it be? Why?
I would love to speak Italian because I love the Italian culture. I think, I love cars, so Italian culture is really, something I would want to explore, let's say.
Do you speak other languages?
Yeah, maybe Kiswahili, Medel Kiswahili and my vernacular language.
Can you say in Swahili, invite people to come to Montreal?
Nakaribisha watu Montreal, wakuja Montreal ni mzuri sana. Kuna hali ya hewa iko mzuri na kuna pali mingi ya kuenda.
Can you translate that in English?
Welcome to Montreal. Montreal is a really fun place and there's a lot of places to visit.